Mac Miller passed away. May he rest in peace. Eminem and his mini beefs that I'm just sick of. And Drake and Kanye. The beef is over. Or at least Kanye is done beefing. We'll see about Drake. That and more on BPTV Tunes, episode 5. Hello, you guys, and thank you for watching. This is BPTV Tunes, episode 5. Anybody that's been watching with us this entire time, we want to thank you so much. You can always go back and watch any of the earlier episodes. So let's go ahead and get right into it. We've got a really big show for you today. A lot of stories, a lot of everything going on. I guess the biggest news story is the saddest news story. Would be Mac Miller actually passed away earlier today. He was only 26 years old. Mac Miller, young, extremely young. 26 is way too old to die. Excuse me, way too young to die. I mean, he was a great musician, like excellent artist. Like I was a fan of Mac Miller. Like, and it's not even though I know when people pass, suddenly everybody wants to become like a biggest fan of them. And it's okay to appreciate an artist if you didn't like them before after they passed. It's okay to pick up their music and listen to them. Like it's fine. But Mac Miller, he passed away apparently from a drug overdose. He was found. He was pronounced dead on site by the time that the ambulance got there. It's just extremely sad. Mac Miller, if you listen to some of his most recent music, it seemed like he was crying out for help. It seems like this is something that artists do, and that maybe their friends and family should pay more attention to them. Maybe their fans as well. When they start to talk a lot about, hey, I'm high, I'm drunk, I'm doing this all the time. Like maybe you guys should. Like their music is how they express themselves, so maybe you guys should pay more attention because clearly this is something that's happened recently with Demi Lovato, and now Mac Miller. Well, Demi Lovato, thank God, she seems like she's okay. She's just needs some help. Mac Miller has passed away. There was a lot that has happened recently with him. You may have followed that he was dating Ariana Grande. If you talk to people close to him. Apparently this was something that even his fans, if you were listening to his music, knew that he was struggling with the breakup with Ariana Grande. Now, that's no excuse to go continue to abuse drugs or to start abusing drugs, or I don't know exactly what was the extent of his drug usage, but apparently what happened was that with him and Ariana Grande was that she was having issues with him and the drug use. He himself had said recently that he didn't want to end up being an overdose person, or they report you on the news. They said they don't remember you for that. They just remember you for ODing. Like, it's really a shame. Mac Miller was a really legit, talented musician. Like, I remember listening to like Blue Slide Park, like I'm not gonna, now it's not the time to go through all of his works and everything like that. I invite you, go to any Apple Music title, anything like that, go listen to any of his albums. He just released the album actually last month, Swimming, another solid work for him. It's really sad, like, and I really think that we really got to stop glorifying a lot of rappers. Same thing with Lil Wayne. I don't want to speak anything to God, please, no. I don't want anything to happen to anybody. But we got to stop glorifying a lot of rappers who are like, they talk about how they've been drinking lean all the time and about how they get high all the time and they smoke all the time and all that good stuff. And then we're all shocked and we're all sad when they pass. Like, honestly, sometimes we gotta look in the mirror. We may be to blame a little bit because we're supporting that behavior. Like, we gotta. It's just really sad for somebody that young and that talented to have passed away. May he rest in peace. It's just a shame. I'm really sorry to report that story. I'm really sorry. I don't want to be too messy or anything like that, but getting back to the whole Ariana Grande thing, that was something that they were going through. She said herself that, again, that was a deal breaker for them. And one thing I don't want people to do is that they start blaming the girlfriend because he was going through something because they had broke up or whatever. I know that she's got a new boyfriend and everything like that. That's not her fault. It's not her responsibility to keep her ex-boyfriend off drugs or whatever, or stay with somebody because something has happened. Like again, I feel for him. Like it really irks me like that. This man was this talented and this young, and he passed away. It's some, I don't know. I don't know what to say. Like it's just a real shame. Again, just may he rest in peace. And like we got to start doing something about the people that are with us, like both that are in our lives and the people the musicians that we listen to and things like that. Maybe we just need to stop glorifying certain behaviors, and when they're talking about they're high all the time, like, let's not support that. But ultimately, every person has got to be responsible for what they do. Our next story, Eminem. So if you watched the show last week and you've been paying attention to the news, you know that Eminem, the Slim Shady himself, dropped the Kamikaze album, Complete Total Shot. He sold about 400,000 copies in the first week, so he did a real good job. He also started massive beef with a bunch of people. Two people, main people I guess, that he started beef with was Joe Budden, Machine Gun Kelly. They have started to get back at him because, hey, it's like the thing about rap beef, and we'll talk more about it in just a minute, is that when both rappers love it because Eminem gets everybody talking about his album, so they want to buy and stream his album so they can listen to the beef that he's got going on with whatever with all these guys. And Joe Budden and Machine Gun Kelly get to use Eminem's name to hype themselves out. And I don't know why Eminem is feeding into it. We'll talk more about it in a minute. But first, let's get into it. So Joe Budden said this.
Newsflash M. I heard the album. And because I think you don't really know all the members that were in the group, I don't really think you know our history. Let me tell you what Joe Budden has thought this entire time. I've been better than you this entire fucking decade. Huh?
So, let's talk about that first. Joe Budden. In case you don't know, let's review where their beef started. And I think this is why I can't stand rap beef, because people beef over the stupidest thing. Joe Budden and Eminem are basically beefing because Eminem a while back dropped a Revival album. Mixed reviews on it. If you love Slim Shady, you loved it. If you didn't, you didn't. Whatever. Joe Budden said that it basically was not a good album. Eminem probably feels like Joe Budden should have just went ahead along with it, gave him some love for the album anyway, because there was a time, I'm not sure if he's still signed to it, you guys can let me know, but if he still has some sort of deal with them. Of course, he's not on the label anymore, but he was on Eminem's label because, especially as a member of the group Slaughterhouse. Pretty solid rap group. They were okay. Like, I mean, they were okay. They was alright. I wouldn't say I was a huge Slaughterhouse fan, but I also wouldn't say they were terrible rappers. But anyway, so first of all, from Eminem, from his beef with Joe Budden, somebody can't have different opinion than you. Now, yeah. Joe Budden, and like I noticed about Joe Budden, he's extra for absolutely no reason. So I don't know exactly what were the words and what was the way that he went about it, but you Yeah, if he just was like, oh yeah, your album was garbage or whatever, okay, I can kind of get why Eminem was mad. Okay, whatever. Because you're disrespectful, especially considering the fact that I paid you because you were on my label or whatever. Joe Budden, as far as what he just said, I've been better than you this entire decade. And no, you haven't. He's basically, he went on that video, and I'm not going to play all of that video, but he went on to say that Eminem basically just rhymes words together. And my thing about Joe Budden, when was your last hit, bro? Your last hit was Pump It Up. Okay, you don't. So we're gonna talk about, okay, because Joe Budden's one of those. Okay, we don't. I don't need to make hits to be great. That's not one of the things that you need to have good lyrics. Joe Budden, he's not even a rapper to me. Like, have you ever like really listened to a lot of Joe Budden songs? Like, one of his most famous songs is "Ordinary Love Shit," like where he talks about the stuff that he goes through with all his girlfriend, and he just kind of raps. Not even raps. He talks about his relationships over a beat. And the songs go on forever and they sound whiny. And it's just like, I get it that people use music to get over stuff. And you need to talk about it and all that good stuff. And that's cool. Like, we've all been through some breakups, man. Like, it's okay to talk about it. But saying that he's better than Eminem, again, Eminem can, like, on Eminem's worst day, when he drops a single, first of all, it's going to do numbers. That's without a doubt. But Joe Budden will say, like, oh, he's white. That's why he does it. Although, but whatever. Like, every white rapper isn't great. We'll talk about that in just a minute. Joe Budden, like, Joe Budden's annoying to me, to be honest. Like, again, he just talks over, like, this is a Joe Budden song. The beat comes on and he'll just be talking about what's happened. So I called you up and you didn't answer, and then I called you back and then you did answer. We argued about 5 minutes about what happened at the Waffle House. You hung up and then I called you back. I hung up on you and then you called me back, and we talked about it and I was mad, and that's when I went and called the other chick up, and then she called me back and I went to her house. Like, and he goes on for like 15 minutes like that. And that's basically Joe Budden songs. And again, I get why some people would want to listen to Joe Budden because, like, I mean, you identify with him if that's what you into. Like, if you like to whine about stuff, then, hey, you might be a Joe Budden fan. Like, but I don't know, bro. Like, I can't even call Joe Budden overrated, to be honest with you, because, like, in the grand scheme of things, he's really been irrelevant in the rap game. Like, he doesn't do numbers. He's like, I don't even remember, like, Joe Budden's last good album or album that did any numbers. I don't remember anything. Joe Budden, to me, Joe Budden more so than being a musician is like a personality. And I'll give it to you, Joe Budden, he basically does what I do here, which is he has his YouTube show and he talks about other rappers who most of them are doing better than him, and he kind of comes off like he's got a vibe like he's hating on a lot of rappers who are doing better than him because, like, they have a good time. We know that he was going through that thing with the Migos recently, and we know that he was going through something with Lil Yachty. What was it, about last year, a couple months ago, whatever, where how dare you guys like have a good time and have fun and talk about it on your songs. You need to be whining about ex-girlfriends like me. So, like, I don't know. Like, to me, Eminem being who he was and being as great as he was did not even need to acknowledge Joe Budden. They say it in politics all the time, which is you punch down, which is if you're the president, you don't need to argue with people below you all the time. You're up here, they're down here. And that's why I'm mad about Eminem, is that Eminem, you're up here and Joe Budden is down here. And there's really no reason to acknowledge it other than you're trying to get some hype for your album. But let me tell you this, like, dude, you're not going to get no hype for your album off Joe Budden anyway, because, like, other than the people who, like, watch his YouTube show, his podcast, I'm not a fan. But whatever. That's them. All right. So Eminem's other recent beef, Machine Gun Kelly dropped a video. I'm not gonna play the video right now, but pretty much this is another stupid beef. Like Eminem, this at least this one makes a little bit more sense. But it's so long ago, it doesn't even matter. Eminem is upset at Machine Gun Kelly because 12 years ago, he dropped a song, or on a song, he said that Eminem's a legend, but his daughter, Haley, is hot. And first of all, they're about the same age. So, okay, Eminem, you've never thought a woman was attractive before, but I get it. So as a dad, because I have a daughter myself, I understand. If I heard some little boy saying that, oh, I think your daughter's hot, I'm going to feel some type of way about it. So I get it. Now, me personally, I wouldn't make a diss track about you. I'm going to come find you, and I'm going to come correct you, and I'm going to teach you how to talk to my daughter. But I wouldn't wait 12 years to do it. Like, it's been way too long. It's like they both grown at this point. It's not like they ever dated. And so now, after all these years, now you want to drop some songs or some lyrics about Machine Gun Kelly. And it just rings like, it rings again that you're using this beef that you have about your daughter to promote your album, is basically what it sounds like. And again, why? Because the other thing about it is, we talked about Punch It Down just a minute ago. Machine Gun Kelly is a whack rapper. Like, Joe Budden, I can admit, like, I've listened to some Joe Budden songs and I'm like, okay, yeah, all right. Machine Gun Kelly, I think he's got this one song that is okay. Like, Machine Gun Kelly is irrelevant. And the song that he dropped recently, we're not going to play it because the song is not that good. It's not even a good diss track. But, hey, he gets his name up there and he can get some views on YouTube and get people talking about Machine Gun Kelly, and maybe he'll get some streams if he drops a song or something like that. And Eminem, the people have been talking all week about his back and forth with Machine Gun Kelly. So, cool. Mission accomplished. You publicized your album, which is what you apparently was the goal here, because it doesn't sound like you have any real beef with these people, because these beefs are stupid. But hey, whatever. Why focus on just making good music when you can just beef with people? I guess whatever. Like, again, I love Eminem. Eminem is, I think sometimes certain people have a habit of wanting to discredit a lot of the things that Eminem has done because he's a white rapper. And no, Eminem is one of the greatest rappers of all time. He changed the game. He pushed limits. He's one of the best of all time. Like, he's a legend. We talked about the Mount Rushmore last week. I cannot be mad at anybody that puts Eminem on their Mount Rushmore. And yeah, maybe it's partly because of his skin color, he did introduce some people who maybe did not listen to hip hop before into listening to hip hop, and kind of was like, it's okay, like, if you white, like, and you could rap, go ahead, like, be a hip hop artist. And I'm not mad at that. But this Eminem, like, these beasts, why? These people are beneath you. They don't matter, bro. And I don't know why you're beefing with them, or why you're engaging in this nonsense with them, but whatever. Talk about beef that is, to his credit, ending. Kanye West. You may have watched, it was last week when Drake was in Chicago and decided to take a shot at Kanye, saying Kanye flopped, and he's clearly pissed. Now, what Drake was upset about, or what it appears that Drake is upset about, is that you may know he had a recent beef with rapper Pusha T, where Pusha T put out to the public that Drake has a son, basically called Drake a deadbeat. Now, we'll go into a little bit more about how, matter of fact, let's not even wait. So, I would just say this before we continue to just call people a deadbeat and what was this, whatever. None of us really knew what happened. What we did know is that we didn't know Drake had a son, and then Pusha T dropped a song that told us that he did have a son. Now, the baby mama didn't come out and call Drake a deadbeat or anything like that. Or no, she did. She came out and she was like, well, I have Drake's kid. And it appears what happened is that Drake waited some time before. He waited basically until he got a DNA test before he started cutting a check to this woman. Because it appears that she is kind of that type of woman who was having sex with multiple famous people, and Drake just was not sure it was his baby. Now, I've had a conversation with someone recently who was like, well, as soon as she said it was his baby, he should start cutting you a check. And I'm not about that life. Like, just because you say that you've had my child, like, I'm not cutting you a check. It's like, and this person was like, well, the baby needed to be supported. Well, is there any responsibility with the mother to support that child? Like, she decided to have unprotected sex. Admittedly, Drake did too. She decided to have the baby, which is, like, we're not going to get into that whole debate, but she did have the baby, which, good. And then, like, I guess Drake took his time, or I don't know. I don't know. I know he's a busy guy, and I don't know. So it doesn't seem like the child went like 5, 6. It seems like he's maybe 2, 3 years old, and maybe it was a couple months. The lady's not living out on the street. She wasn't living out in the street, and it appears that she has money now. Like I said, sounds like she sleeps around with plenty of famous people, whatever. So whatever. I don't want to get back into that whole beef or whatever. But pretty much the way that was supposed to go is that Drake was getting a line with Adidas. He was naming the line with Adidas after his son. And this is not when he was supporting the child. This is when he was going to basically let the world know that he has a child by naming his Adidas line after his child and all of that good stuff. And the reason that Drake and Kanye apparently had a beef was because, well, Pusha T, obviously he was the one who came out with that song, and Drake believed that Kanye West was the one who gave Pusha T that information that he was having a son, because Kanye West and Drake both work with Adidas. So that's how Kanye learned that information. So Kanye recently tweeted, "I'm sending good energy and love to Drake and family and crew. I haven't seen the show in person, but the images look incredible online. I understand where the confusion started." He also went on to apologize more. He went on to say that he would be attending Drake's concert within the week. This tweet was about 2 days ago at this time, so I'm sure that he'll be there soon. Maybe they'll talk it out. We'll find out what's going on. I gotta give it to Kanye with the like love everyone vibe that he's got going on. I don't like how he's embraced a certain president a bit too much, but it would have been easy for him to just take the low road and just make a diss track, or to just go off on Twitter or do whatever to Drake, and just like I was just complaining about Eminem. If Kanye West had just recently dropped an album, if he wanted to get some love for that album and things like that, he could have, because he could have just started a beef with Drake and got plenty of publicity off of it. But he decided not to do that. He didn't want to go and get into a back and forth with Drake. He just apologized. He was like, "Hey, I'm sorry about it. Like, hey, let's get together and talk about it." Cool. Which, hey, that's what's up. Now, I did hear one thing, that there's a reason he didn't want to get into a beef with Drake. I don't know. I'm here with you. But we do want to give it up to Kanye for not getting all into that nastiness with Drake. And while I'm sure there were plenty of people that did want to see these two mega stars of rap beef, I'm glad it's not happening. I'm tired of rap beef, y'all. Like, I'm tired of it. Like, there's got to be, like, do you realize, that no other industry really has to deal with this nonsense. Yes, there are other people in other industries who don't like each other and who get into it and things like that. But like rap beef, it just feels like that's all that we do is just beef with each other. Like, and why? Why? Because I'm the best rapper and you're not the best rapper. Okay, like do country artists say, okay, well I'm the best country singer and nobody sings country better than me and nobody ever will sing country better than me and I'm gonna make a diss record, boy. I ride my horses longer. I don't know. I'm not gonna make a country diss song right now, but it's ridiculous. Like I don't know. I'm just like I said. I'm sick of rap beef. I get why it needs to be there. I get that it's a good way to get publicity. I get that sometimes you legit just don't like somebody and so you want to say something about them, and that's a part of what hip hop is that expressing whatever feelings you have about anyone or anything is what it's supposed to be about. So that's cool, but it's just way too much rap beef going on. And like I feel like that's all we report about now in the days is that, oh well, so and so doesn't like so and so. We were for like what 2-3 weeks and Nicki Minaj beefing with the whole world was her biggest story. In other non-beef news, we want to say, yeah, we're sad because Top Dog, CEO of, I believe it's Top Dog Entertainment, TDE, excuse me, yeah, Top Dog Entertainment, told us, keep playing the album Damn if you like Kendrick, because he's not releasing no music no time soon. This makes us sad because Kendrick Lamar, while he did take that shot at the whole rap beat, he pretty much told and controlled everybody like, yo, I'm better than all y'all and come for me if you think you can be better. But and nobody wanted none, by the way. But Kendrick Lamar, yeah, he's one of my favorite rappers, and he just like puts out good albums, like going all the way back to Overly Dedicated. Like Kendrick Lamar, I don't even remember him putting out a bad album. Like he really. Kendrick Lamar is one of the best. That's why I really, at some point, I'm going to revisit that Mount Rushmore question. Kendrick Lamar probably is better than Drake as far as just... Kendrick Lamar is a better rapper than Drake, just point blank, period. Drake probably has more hits than Kendrick Lamar. But if you're going to put somebody from the new school on your Mount Rushmore rap, you may have to go ahead and put Kendrick up there because he's just a better lyricist, and he actually does have hits. He's not like I call it the Nas syndrome, where you are an excellent rapper, excellent lyricist, but you don't have any hits, so you kind of are, it's not like Nas is broke, but you're at a lower level to where maybe he should be. Like Kendrick Lamar, each album has like 3 or 4 singles that are like top 10 singles, so you got to give it up to him. But, yeah, we're upset. Also, in bad news about musicians that we may not get as much music as we want, Childish Gambino recently started his This Is America tour in Atlanta. And at the first concert, he said that this is the last tour. So, what does that mean? Does that mean that he's not coming out with any more music? Does that mean that he's not going on tour anymore? Some people are saying that, okay, well, he's not going to go on tour as Gambino anymore. He's going to switch to, he's going to pull a Diddy on us. He's going to become Donald Glover or something like that. I don't know, what to say about this. Like, I could say this. Just because an artist says today I'm not going to do something does not mean that's what it is. Jay-Z retired after the Black album. Didn't Jay-Z just drop a whole new album with Beyonce this year? Now, I will say this about Childish Gambino, and the same thing could be said about Jay-Z, to be honest, is that he's into everything. And Childish, he's not just a star with music. Like, he has a whole acting career. He has a whole writing career. Like, he has his hand into a lot of things. So, I don't know. I know that he's one of my favorite artists. I feel like I've been listening to, I don't know how long it's been. It may be close to a decade at this point where I've been listening to Childish. If you had a chance to go back and listen to the Camp album and he had an album. It's just called EP. It's 5 songs, Freaks and Geeks and everything like that. It was a. It's Gambino's one of the best. He's one of my favorites. Like, and I noticed that recently he's not been rapping as much anymore. He's been more singing, and that's cool. Like, I mean, a lot of his songs are good. We're actually about to play one of his songs for you, but I don't know what you're gonna do. Like, I'm sad to be honest with you, but I mean, again, Childish Gambino or Donald Glover is not going anywhere. Even if he doesn't come out with any more music, even if he doesn't go on tour anymore. Like, first of all, we'll always have camp. We'll always have camp. And he's still gonna be in movies. He's Lando Parisian in the Star Wars series or in the Star Wars movie. He has the show Atlanta that he stars in. That is, I think it comes back around in March. So we'll see him there. And he's going to be in other movies. And I'm sure he's going to write other stuff and things like that. He's a very, very talented individual. Talk about somebody who's non-problematic and not getting into beefs with everybody. Like, you haven't heard... I don't think I've heard anybody ever say, hey, I don't like Childish Gambino. Like, or have beef with Childish Gambino. I'm sure there's somebody somewhere that doesn't like him. But he pretty much just keeps his head down and turns out art. And when it comes to music, when it comes to movies, when it comes to TV shows, he's been great. Now, it's a shame, we starting to get into movies and stuff now. It's a shame that they won't let him write the Deadpool series that he was going to write. But whatever. But, Childish, if you hear this, don't quit on us, bro. Take a break. And that's what I feel like is going to happen. I feel like he's going to take a break. He may not go on tour anymore, and he's going to focus on other things, focus on his acting career, focus on his writing career. And then maybe later on he decides, you know what? I got something that I want to say. I want to come back and make some music and rap again, bro. You got to rap again. Like, you guys, you want to see how hard of a rapper this guy was? I want you to go back and listen to Bonfire on the Camp album and tell me that you know another rapper that can go harder than that. Like, that man went super dumb hard. Like, and it wasn't like trying to be a gangster or anything like that. He just spoke on who he was. So, hey. So, the album of the week, or not the album, the video of the week is going to be a video that was released this week by Gambino. Feels Like Summer. Yeah, that was I invite you, if you haven't seen this video yet, like, go take a look. This was a great video. Like, when you talk about artwork, I don't know if he actually directed it yet, or directed it and designed it. You know, he probably did. It was just a cool video. It was like, it was real artistic, and like, I wish I could show you more of it, but they'll like try to take it away and give them the credit if we play too much of the video. I can't stand YouTube sometimes, y'all. But like, it was just a cool vibe of the video. Now, one complaint I had about it is that you're dropping a Feels Like Summer video in September, but it was an animated video, and he was walking down the street as himself, and he was just looking around, and he saw all like his the musicians. You saw Lil Yachty, you saw J. Cole, you saw Lil Wayne, you saw Birdman, you saw everybody. And then the section that I played for you, it had some symbolism in there. Kanye West was wearing his "Make America Great Again" hat. Makes me mad every time I think about it. But and then Michelle Obama walked up and hugged him. And you know, like, if Kanye West is really about that, okay, love lifestyle, then while he's making America great again, but Michelle Obama still love him. Like, I don't know what that was supposed to mean, but I like that type attitude where it's just like, man, like he may be on the other side, but you know what, we still love you, and that's cool. Like I said, I love everybody except Nazis. I can't get with the Nazis, bro. I don't know, man. But let's not get into politics. But anyway, so let's get into some fam questions before I let you guys go. Question number 1 comes from Captain Craig. If you could ever do a rap collab, who'd it be? Now, my first question would be, would me rapping with somebody or 2 other people rapping? If it were me rapping with somebody, I probably would just go right back to Childish Gambino. Like I said, he's been one of my favorites like for a while now. Like after Kanye did what he did and kind of fell off a little bit, Childish Gambino became my favorite rapper. But again, he doesn't really rap anymore either. So I guess I have to pick a new favorite rapper. But it would be Childish Gambino if I could do it. Plus, I feel like I would enjoy hanging out with him because we have similar personality styles. He's like that artsy type dude, artsy, filthy hipster type atmosphere. He'd be cool. Now, if you're asking who would I ever want to do a rap collab, could I join people from different eras? There's been some great collabs recently. I guess my favorite one would either be Kanye West and Jay-Z or Drake Future. Who would I want to do a collab with? I guess I would either Jay-Z and Future, just because I feel like you get the old school and the new school. You get Future. There's one thing this man does is make hits. And Jay-Z is well known for hits. So I think putting those two on a whole album together, I think you would get, it may sound crazy to y'all, but I think you would get a real cool sounding album like that you would just bump in the car like all the time. Like it wouldn't be a Joe Budden like 10-minute songs talking about all this bad stuff that happened to me. Nah, we don't want to hear that. We want someone to hear something uplifting that make us feel good, bro. But so either Jay-Z and Future or maybe something like maybe my 2 recent favorite rappers, Kanye West and Childish Gambino. I think that those 2 together would, because of like how they love to sound different. I feel like if Childish Gambino and Kanye West did a collab album together, I feel like it would either be the worst album that any of us ever heard, because we'd be like, what are they doing? Like, bro, like what is they trying to do too much? This sounds awful. Or the greatest thing that any of us have ever heard. Like, it would be, the spectrum would be as bad as the Yeezus album was, and as good as My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy was. Like, Kanye's first 3 albums aside, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy was like perfect for Kanye in a sense. Like, he was trying to be, it was just perfect. The videos were perfect. The songs were perfect. The way that things meshed together, you could tell Yeezy was trying to be artsy. Like, it was just an excellent album, and it flowed, and the lyrics were good, and the features were perfect. Like, magnifique. Or the Yeezus album where he's like, I want to sound different, and I'm feeling myself. And he had a couple tracks on there, but it wasn't really that great. So that was pretty. Thank you, Captain Craig, for the question. I love when you guys ask me questions that make me think, and that one definitely made me think. Our second question comes from Mafioso Live with Summer 2018 almost over. What do you think was the song of the summer? And I don't think this is even a hard question. Kiki, do you love me? Are you riding? You never ever leave from beside me. Cause I want you and I need you and I'm down for you always. Yeah, that you have to say. That was the biggest song of the summer. People did the dance. Like, people still doing it. I think it's still like top 10, something like that. I gotta check the Billboard. But yeah, that was the song of the summer, like point blank period. I don't even think there was a bigger song or anywhere near as big a song as that. It might still be a #1 record. I don't know. I know it was #1 record. But thank you, Mafioso Live. Thank you all, fam, for your any questions that you guys ask. Don't forget, right below us, follow us on Binge Play TV on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and of course, subscribe on YouTube. We need you. We would like to hear from you guys, or you can hit us up on bingeplaytalks@gmail.com. Ask us any questions that you guys would like to ask, or go ahead and send us any music that you guys have. If you want to be a featured under the radar artist, which we're about to talk about in just a second, send us your music to bingeplaytalks@gmail.com, or hit us up on Instagram, hit us up, DM us on Twitter, whatever you want to do. We'd love to hear from you. So, to close out the show, our under the radar artist, this one is going to be T-Shine, The Immaculate. This is an album that dropped in July. I believe it was July the 7th. I haven't heard anyone say anything about it. T-Shine is a Young Thug artist. He was signed to Young Thug's label. Young Thug is on the album, so is Max B the Great on the album. Like, this was a good, solid album beginning to end. It had that trap sound. It had that smooth vibe. Like, anything you want to do. Like, if you wanted to turn up, it had some turn up tracks on there. If you wanted to, like, a lot of y'all just like to roll you up a J and smoke and do whatever. Like, this was a good album for that. Like, T-Shine, The Immaculate. If you had not had a chance to listen to it, go on Tidal, go on Apple Music, go on Spotify, stream this album. It is a good, solid album. And you can thank me later for listening. So, thank you guys so much for watching. This has been BPTV Tunes episode 5. You guys do not forget, every single Wednesday, Binge Play, BPTV's newest video game show about video games, is going to drop every Wednesday. BPTV Tunes drops on Thursday. Oh, we're going to try to get a drop on Thursday, y'all. Like, I'm sorry. What you want? What you want from me? You know what you could do to help us to drop BPTV Tunes on every single Thursday and to make it so we can consistently get everything out to you on time? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Bang! Maybe we'll put it right here in my little box over there. There it is. Over there. Let me stop doing that. Yeah, go ahead and subscribe by just hitting that little button. Make sure you hit the notification so you'll get the alerts when BPTV Tunes and when Binge Play are loaded up onto YouTube. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Tell us what you think. Tell us if you have any under the radar artists you'd like us to listen to. If you have any videos that you'd like us to react to, we could definitely do that for you. If you want to suggest a video of the week, go ahead and let us know. If you have a video of the week that you'd like us to listen to or to watch or view, that's fine, as long as you won't hit us with any copyrights. But thank you guys so much for watching. I am TheNightsHero. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And you have a great rest of your week. And I'll see you guys next week. Mwah.